Today, I will be training a friend to increase his max speed. Alongside max speed, we will also be improving lower limb stiffness as well as sprint mechanics. It is important to remember that the person that I will be working with today is considered beginner level. So one of the main emphasis of today, besides training higher speeds, is also developing proper sprint mechanics. Proper sprint mechanics are important so that the sprinter has better movement economy and doesn't lose posture when fatigue starts to set in. Also to remember for the beginner, we will be implementing longer rest times within the 1 to 20 plus, since today's workout will be stressing the phosphocreatine system. Now, why is it important to develop lower limb stiffness? Lower limb stiffness helps develop quick ground contact time, which is essential in developing a faster stride. It also has to do with the elastic recoil principle. Sprint mechanics are also very important during this exercise because for deconditioned beginners, poor posture can lead to decreased speed times and sprints. The main session of today's workout will revolve around 3 exercises, each targeting different principles when it comes to faster sprint times. The first exercise in the main session will be the single leg bounce. Single leg bounce is crucial to developing faster sprint times due to preparing the lower limbs for short ground contact times and horizontal force production. The second exercise will be flying sprints. This allows the athlete to reach their top speed without having to worry about fatigue due to maximal acceleration at the start. The third and final exercise will be static sprints. Here we'll finish out with having the athlete max accelerate and reach top speeds. The reason we're leaving this for the end of the exercise is because we don't want to burn out the athlete in the beginning, therefore sacrificing the intensity of the reps. So I want you guys to meet the person I will be training today. This is a very good friend of mine and I want to thank him for coming out today. Just to start the warm-up, I want up and down light jog, totaling a total of 60 meters. All right, so the second warm-up, we're gonna do dorsi plantar marches. The way that you're gonna set up is I just want hands behind your head, elbows slightly behind your chest. So the way that the marches are gonna work are, you're gonna have, during the whole time, your hands behind your head with elbows slightly behind the chest. The lower leg section will consist of the leg being off the ground, having your toes constantly pointing at you, while the one that is on the leg will be in a tippy toe motion. So put together, it kind of looks like this. And we're gonna go all the way down to the last cone. Good, good. So now we're gonna do an active rest between every warm-up. We're just gonna be walking all the way back. The second warm-up exercise we'll be doing is known as the A march. All I want is, when you bring your leg up, think, again, toes up during every rep. So you're here, toes up, toes up, toes up. And with those movements, I want counter arm movement. So we're thinking right leg up, left arm forward. Kind of like the sprint, right here. When you're bringing your leg up, think of your knee being at a 90-degree angle. So your foot will be parallel to the ground. The third exercise will be a split stance RDL with cross reach. Now what do I mean by that? We're just simply gonna have a foot come out in front of us. The back leg will always stay extended, while the front leg, you are free to flex the knee as you feel comfortable. And with the opposite reach of the foot that is in front, you're gonna come all the way down, only hinging your hips, touch the floor. Another step forward, back leg stays straight, all the way down, touch the opposite side of your foot. And we're gonna do that all the way down. Try to narrow the steps if possible.
Show me again. I don't think I did it.
Okay. So we're just gonna come out slightly ahead, nothing too crazy of a distance. Feel free to bend that knee just right there. Just touch the ground on the opposite side of the foot. Right there. Right there. Try not to have too big of a step in between. And remember, back leg stays extended with heel on the floor. Perfect. And walking back is right. So now for this warm-up, think of it as a lateral squat. So we're coming to the side, arms above head, and as we go into our squat, our arms are going through both our legs and we're flexing our abdomen as much as possible. Now you don't have to stay in that downward position. Once you reach as much as you can, come right back up and we continue. So I want you to do one side 15 meters, the other side, then switch at that cone. Good. Do you feel your abdominals flexing? Perfect. Almost think of it as one fluid motion. As you're coming out, you're already hitting into the squat, you're already lowering your arms. Perfect. Good. And remember, at this cone, switch sides. Try to go down as you're already stepping out.
Got you.
Perfect. For this next warm-up, we'll be going from a knee flexion walk into a broad lunge with counter reach. Now, what do I mean by that? For these first 15 meters, I just want you to imagine as you are scraping the grass, trying to have your heel kick your glute and taking a step forward. And with every step, sweep, kick, all the way to the 15. From there, okay.
My fault, I was getting ahead of myself.
All the way to the 15. From there, we'll switch into a broad lunge with counter reach, extending your arms as much as you can. I want the movement to be simultaneous. So as you're lowering, your arms are reacting. Step out a little bit more. Right
Does the knee
there.
touch the ground?
No.
Or no?
I just want you coming out with that front foot as much as possible forward. Right there. For this next drill, we'll be going into heel reaches with trunk flexion. So starting pose, I just want you in a T pose, rotating your arms outward as much as you can. Bring a leg up, knee flexion is welcome, and you're just gonna touch heel as you're turning your arms in and reset. Just give me that for the first 15 meters.
And this one?
Just like that.
Like that?
Reach for your heel.
My heel?
Yeah. Okay. And try to flex your trunk as much as possible
Oh,
forward.
I get you.
Try to control the leg. You're doing pretty good. Just try to slow down the motion if you can. Just remember at the top of the motion to there you go. You know how to skip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Ready? Alright, for this next drill, we're going to be doing some low ankle skips from stationary to progressive. So what do I mean by that? So I first want you skipping in place, trying to lower it as much as you can. Almost imagine it that your heel isn't going past your ankle. So you feel confident, I want you to then start moving forward to the 15-meter cone. Okay. You feel confident in that height?
Yeah.
You're not skipping anymore. Yeah, like that. And then you just try to lower it as much as you can.
Alright, I think
That's
I'm
looking
confident.
good. That's looking good. Oh, stop right there, because you're just
I
jumping
know,
forward now.
I don't know how to skip anymore.
So one thing I'm noticing is as you're trying to progress forward, you're losing the rhythm a little. So if you want, we can slow down the skips a little. Just think, hop on one leg, transfer, another leg, transfer. Just like that. Okay, so now on this next drill, we're gonna do an A-skip. And I want you to think about it as a combination between the A-march that we just did and regular skipping. So, in the beginning of the motion, You'll come up here, hop, touch down with both as your second hop, and on the third hop, switch legs.
Show me.
So as a sequence, it should look a little like this. Remember, with counter movement, the foot is parallel to the ground and you're bringing knee to about 90 degrees of flexion. So we'll go here. I'll go a little slow. We'll roll. Every second hop, both feet are planting. Good. And as you feel comfortable, bring the leg up a little more. Perfect. When both feet are stopping, just imagine you're pushing, jumping down on a trampoline. We're coming here, down hard with both. Now onto the next drill. This one is called progressive stiff leg bounce. So first, I want you to kind of get the motion. Our legs, I don't want your knees locked, but I do want them stiff as possible. So a little bit of flexion is good. I don't want to see your leg like this. So basically what we're gonna do is every time we strike down, I don't want heel making contact. So think of it as little jumps like this. So we have leg up, leg up, leg up. Think of it as mini hops like this. Yes. And I want you picking up, ramping up, and once you get to that 15, you should almost feel like you're floating. Pick up more speed. You got this. Just like that.
Can you see that in the camera?
Can you stop flirting with the camera, woman? Okay. So now the next drill, you're going to be using me as help, as well. Hand on the shoulder. And we're going to do something called a stationary leg cycle. We're going to do 10 on each leg. The way that the motion works is you're just going to bring your leg up, almost as if you're kicking your glute. Just that little middle line between the hamstring and the glute, kicking up, and as if you're stepping over a little fence. So all in one, we go up here, we're striking down. That's that scrape right there. Outside leg. Outside leg. Forward. Try to bring it up as close as you can.
Oh, this
here.
one. Okay. Like that.
Yeah.
Slowly. Do 10. I don't move forward.
Go like 4. No, we're gonna move. Think of it as almost as you're trying to kick your glute, but you're not bringing your leg back. So your knee comes forward as you're kicking your glute.
Do it again, let me see.
Okay. So all it is the leg is not going to move back, but we're still going to try to kick our glute. So the little modification we do is going to bring the knee a little forward. Oh, bang, bang. And once you get to that top region, step over. And all in one should look like that. Almost as if you're scraping with your toes. Up and over. See what you're doing? Leg up. Perfect. Up. 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 Don't bring the heel behind you. Keep it in front. You're kicking the heel behind you. Okay, now for the final drill, we're just going to do 3 sets of progressive sprints. The first one will be at 60, the second one will be at 75, and the last one, I want you to give me around 85 to 90% of your max speed. So for the stationary start, you just load up as much as you can on the leg. The leg is not going to be in front of you. Think of it as almost under you. Hinge a bit at the hips, and once you're here, the back leg is kind of going to be in a tippy toe form. Right there, and you're falling until you have to pick yourself back up.
Alright.
And once you pick yourself up, you continue that stride, but just at 60% of your max speed, what you believe to be that area.
I would have had to hit it like this and I would look like a bum. So I was like, I'm just gonna do a shitty throw on my right.
Alright, you got this. It's 90%, and this one, literally try until like the back foot is almost gonna scrape against the grass.
So like here.
Literally, no. So all that the back leg is doing is you're just picking it up. No force is being applied. All the force is being generated from the leg that's being
I
loaded.
get you.
So it's gonna be right under you. The leg is behind you on tiptoes, not force. And the moment that you can't fall forward anymore and you need to pick yourself back up, yes, it's just coming out in front of you. Fall on that leg, bang. Okay, so now the next exercise that we will be doing is the single leg bound. Now, what is that? Imagine as if you're running on one foot. So the foot that is off the ground the entire time is going to be swinging. So with every jump,
Like jumping, basically.
exactly. So you're still going to have your upper leg as if it's in that running motion, so you're still engaging your hips. I want you to give me your fastest effort until the 15-meter mark. First, let's start on the right foot. We start the moment you jump over on one foot over the cone. So you can stand as much as you want behind it. You can have even a step of preparation, but I can't have you jumping off of both feet over the cone. So if you want, we can come here, 1, 2, and then we're jumping. And we start as soon as you jump over that cone. So his first recorded time for the single leg bound was 6.06 seconds, meaning that if he is to pass the time of 6.36, he is no longer giving us 95% intensity. Therefore, if he is to give us that time twice, that is the fail safe, and we'll move on to the next exercise. His second time trial was 6.173. So we are still within the desired range of 95% or more intensity. After the 2 trials on the right leg, now we're going to do 2 more on the left leg. Get starting position and let me know when you're ready. Getting the time. On the left leg first trial, he recorded a total time of 5.811. He now needs, on the second left leg trial, to give me a time less than 6.1 so that we have the desired intensity. Just remember, as you're bounding, you're not extending your leg all the way out. If anything, imagine that this leg is just thrusting you forward, not that you're pushing it back. On the second left leg trial, he gave me a time of 6.05, which is still under the desired time and a success. We will now be moving on to the next exercise. So now we're gonna go into the flying sprints. All I want is for these first 20 meters, you're building up speed. You're building up speed. Once you get to that 20-meter mark, you're giving me an all-out 100% sprint for those last 10 meters. And you're not stopping at that cone, just run it out. Okay, so the first trial, he gave me a time of 2.05 in the last 10 meters. Based on the calculations, if he is now giving me a time over 2.152, we will know that he is not giving me 95% of his max sprint speed. And if he does that twice, that will be our fail cause, and we'll move on to the next exercise. So for the total distance, I measured around 6 seconds of sprint time, meaning with that, we're gonna apply the same principle as before. We're gonna do a 3 to 4 minute rest time so that he can properly recover his phosphocreatine system, and he's gonna give me 2 more sets. For the second set, he gave me a time of 1.95, so he is still within the range. And for his third and final set, he gave me a time of 1.997. It was within the intensity that we wanted, and these sets are successful. We will now be moving on to the next exercise. So what we're gonna do a total of 3 all-out sprints from a static start. So what I want you is, you're gonna load up on your left leg, same as we did with the progressive sprints. You're right here, load up until you're falling. The moment you start falling, you start running. And I want all out intensity until you reach the 30-meter cone. So for the first all-out sprint trial, he ran a 5.05 sprint, meaning that for all the other 2 trials, he needs to be below a 5.302 to make sure that we are within the 95% all-out effort. For the second time trial, he gave me a time of 4.88, meaning that it is within the range that we want when it comes to intensity. So now that we finished with the warm-up section and the main session, we're gonna now head into a cool down. To start the cool down, we're gonna try to get some of that blood flow because we want to prevent blood pooling in the veins. So if you can, I'm gonna time you. Let's do 3 to 4 minutes of light jogging. I'll let you know when to stop. Go around the field. 9. So now to conclude, we're gonna do a little bit of static stretching, especially targeting the areas of the muscle that he used today. That consists of the hamstrings, the quads, the glutes, and the calves. So we're gonna start with a simple 2 sets of 15-second toe touches. Perfect. Perfect. Once we're done with two sets of 15 seconds, we're gonna move on to a quad stretch. You're gonna grab onto me for stability, and you're just gonna bring your ankle as much as you can to your glute, and if you wanna pass a little bit, go for it. But you should feel the stretch running the whole distance. Now, we're gonna work on a adductor stretch. So we're gonna go into a butterfly stretch. You wanna bring your heels as close as you can to you. That's good. And with your arms, apply a little bit of pressure, trying to open up your legs. We're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. Now after the 30 seconds, we're gonna do a glute stretch. So you're gonna come with your leg here, arms underneath, loop your right one through the foot.
Oh, I see. Like this.
And just bring it as much as you can. And if it hurts, don't go anymore. After those 30 seconds, we're also gonna do the other leg. Now, we're just gonna do 2 sets of 30 seconds for the calves. So you're gonna use me as resistance, have one leg all the way back, and lean forward. And you should feel the stretch running down the entire body. Are you familiar with Michael Jackson?
Yes.
So imagine his stunt of moving forward, but you're using me to brace yourself, and you're only doing that movement on one leg.
Oh, I get you.
Perfect. Now alternate. And once those 2 30-second sets are up, we have concluded our exercise. A majority of the work that we did today landed upon the 5 to 7 seconds of maximum effort work. According to Gaston, at high intensities of work, 7 seconds is the range of max output for the creatine phosphate system. Therefore, the work to rest ratios that we used today were 1 in 20 plus. A majority of them were around the 1 to 40 range, since we were dealing with a beginner who is sedentary. That will be all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.